Good evening, hello and welcome to this special broadcast. I'm Anusha Soni. The government of Jharkhand is working out of a resort in Chhattisgarh's Raipur. Now, if you look at what exactly is happening in the state of Jharkhand, it will worry any citizen. JMM has said they've accused the BJP, their political opponent, of trying to poach their MLAs. Don't forget the sword hanging on Soren's head with the Election Commission recommending his disqualification. That's what sources have indicated. Now, in the anticipation of governor taking a decision to disqualify him, probably as an MLA, the JMM has shifted their MLAs to a safe location, quote unquote. While horse trading or holding on to power continues to be the priority of the netas in our country, the state government has perhaps forgotten the constitutional oath taken for the welfare of the people. A minor girl was burnt alive. She did not get proper treatment. The government did not reach out to the family. The local police tried to shield the accused. The list of lapses on the part of the government is a long one. What does this case expose? It exposes the apathy, insensitivity, and the misplaced priorities for the government. And questions must be asked. If the government clutches to power over the welfare of its people, it has failed in its constitutional duty. Let's dive into all these issues. First up, a special report.
One state, two diametrically opposite extremes. On one hand, a teen, now proved to be 16, burnt alive in Dumka by spurned lover Shahrukh, who was seemingly protected from POCSO charges by the investigating officer. The uproar raises nationwide tremors. On the other, this. Elected representatives packed off to a resort in Chhattisgarh at taxpayers' expense, seemingly to protect them from political poachers amid a flux in the political scenario. Worse, pictures tweeted out of liquor bottles being brought into the resort. A father seeks a fair probe and justice. Netas obviously have other things to think about. The sheer disconnect shows.
बयान देते समय या कुछ उस समय जली हुई थी बच्ची जली हुई अवस्था में है तो इतने लहर से या 16 या 17 बोली होगी पुलिस के सुना दिया 19 लिख दिया वो लोग तो बोलेंगे आधार कार्ड और मैट्रिक का सर्टिफिकेट ले गया ले जाने के बाद उसको सुधारा गया.
The tension in Dumka itself reflects in flag marches carried out by police. Precautionary measures amid tensions as 3 union ministers fly into the state to meet the aggrieved family. And that's besides other opposition leaders heading to Dumka. An NCW team is visiting. The NCPCR chief himself will visit next week. The chief minister and the cabinet, of course, is busy elsewhere.
कि सरकार नाम की यहाँ कोई चीज़ है नहीं, मुख्यमंत्री यहाँ है कि कहीं बाहर है, राज्य के बाहर. किस तरह का आज उनके परिवार में माहौल है, उस मोहल्ले का क्या माहौल है, दुमका का क्या माहौल है, इसको भी देखना था. इस कारण से हम तीनों आए.
हम सब लोग अपनी संवेदनाएं लेकर आए हैं, सांत्वना लेकर आए हैं और ये संकल्प लेकर आए हैं कि शाहरुख को फांसी जब तक नहीं होगी तब तक न्याय को अधूरा माना जाएगा.
The heat on Chief Minister Hemant Soren derives from an election commission recommendation that he be disqualified as MLA as he holds an office of profit post by getting stone chip mining lease in his name. Soren lashed out alleging a BJP role in drafting the ECI report and a bid to poach JMM-INC MLAs to pull down his government, hence the resort to resort politics.
पता नहीं क्या उठा पटक आप लोग देखते हैं हमको तो उठा पटक नजर नहीं आ रहा. गए हैं लोग. अब किस काम से गए हैं वो भी तो मेरे बता नहीं गए. लेकिन फिर भी हमको पूरे विधायकों पर हमको पूरा भरोसा है यूपीए गठबंधन के विधायकों पर. वो एकजुट रहेंगे, कोई बिकेंगे नहीं.
What glares though amid saving the kursi is big lapses and insensitivities in the probe of a murder that shook the nation. The Jharkhand government finds itself pushed to a corner.
Well, let's take you through the series of events that happened. First up, let's tell you how this unfortunate crime unfolded. And when the crime actually happened, what did the Jharkhand government do or not do about it? Let's have a look. Now, when the crime actually happened, Ankita succumbed to her burn injuries a few days later after being attacked. The chief minister and the 32 MLAs were on a bus trip, a boat ride, and that's what they were taking. These images will continue to raise many questions. Nationwide uproar on murder and lapses clear indication, clear evidence that the local police was trying to shield the accused by showing the age of the victim as a major and not as a minor. 32 MLAs depart for Raipur, check-in at the Mayfair Resort, and despite much criticism and noise that we have made here in the press about accountability of the government, no Neta has gone so far to meet Ankita's family. Union ministers, NCW have met the family. You also have the NCPCR stepping in, but MLAs booked at the resort for 2 days. There were liquor bottles allegedly that was seen to be going inside the resort. Now let's also talk about what will happen from here on. Is this the priority of any elected government of the day? The big lapses. No treatment is available in Dumka. She was shifted 250 kilometers to Ranchi. A very important, precious time was lost. This shows how the healthcare system is broken in the state of Jharkhand. It's an established fact if you look at various government reports. Poor care at RAM's Ranchi, but no effort to shift the patient to Delhi or any other place. Any government of the day would have taken cognizance and helped the victim's family. There were also delays in the release of compensation. BJP says that the compensation should have been much, much higher and not merely about 10 lakh rupees that has been given. But there was a delay on that front as well. This is a huge lapse on the part of the law and order machinery. There are vague allegations of appeasement politics that have been made, but the manner in which the local administration and a top officer of the police tried to enhance the age of the victim so that she's 18 plus and POCSO doesn't apply, and that also makes it in some way easier, relatively easier to secure a bail, raises a lot of questions about the manner in which law and order is functioning in the state of Jharkhand. These are some very important legal questions that they must answer, not just questions of political morality. Dumka DSP complicity with the accused. There is ample evidence to suggest that something like this actually transpired. Appeasement to protect the murderer from POCSO. As I said, it's a very stringent provision. Identity of the minor victim was made public in the local media, unfortunately in the national media, because the police said the victim was aged 19 plus, 18 plus. Health minister was on a boat ride at the state expense. A minister who's expected to take care of the victim or the family or address to the health issues and priorities in the state. Now, state cabinet packed off to Raipur. The government is virtually running out of a resort. For how long will this continue? And is clutching onto power the only important aspect for the elected government of the day? That's the question we ask. The power without responsibility. Should the government be held accountable for the manner in which JMM is in a huddle right now, and politics has become a priority over the daughter of Jharkhand?